Welcome back to Limits and Series, week 1. Here are a few examples of sequences just for us to think about them. So our first example is x sub n equal to n factorial, and so x sub 1 is 1 factorial, which is by definition 1, and x sub 2 is 2 factorial, which is 1 times 2, which is 2, and x3 is 1 times 2 times 3, which is 6, and x4 is 4 factorial, which is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, or 24, and x5 is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5, so 24 times 5, which is 120, and x6 is 720, and so on. So we're asking ourselves what kind of behavior we think this sequence has. So it's a sequence of numbers, and the question is it just kind of arbitrary, or does it have some kind of behavior that we intend to recognize? And of course, there are many answers to this question. We're just thinking of a few examples. Here's another example of a sequence. It's xn equal to n plus 7 over n. So here x1 is 1 plus 7 over 1, which is 8. x2 is 2 plus 7 over 2, which is 4.5. x3 is 10 over 3. x4 is 11 over 4. And x100 is 107 over 100. And x5000 is 5007 over 5000, and so on. Again, the question is, do we think this has some kind of behavior that we would like to recognize? Here's our third example of a sequence. xn is equal to minus 1 to the n plus 2 over n. So x1 is minus 1 to the 1, which is minus 1, plus 2, which is 1 over 1, so that's 1. x2 is plus 1 plus 2 over 2, or 3/2, and x3 is minus 1 plus 2, which is minus 1, which is 1 over 3, and x4 is 3 over 4, and so on. Again, we're asking ourselves, do we recognize some kind of behavior over here, and what happens to this sequence?